All right, today we're doing a deep dive into a program that's been getting a lot of buzz online, the China Wealth Script. The big claim? That it can help you completely rewire your mindset for financial success. But does it actually work? Is it the real deal? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So let's just start with the million-dollar question, right? Can a simple digital program really change the way you think and feel about money? I mean, that's the core promise of the China Wealth Script, and we're going to dig into the materials to see what the answer is.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First, we'll look at the promise, what problem it's supposed to solve. Then we'll deconstruct what's actually inside the program. We'll also cover the 5 gaps that can apparently make or break your results, dive into the real user experience, and of course, get to the bottom line.
Okay, so first things first. What's the core problem that the China Wealth Script is even trying to tackle? Like, who is this really for?
Well, it seems to target a feeling that I think a lot of us can relate to. You know, that feeling of being financially stuck. It's for those people who feel like they're on a hamster wheel. You're working super hard, you're trying to do all the right things, but at the end of the day, your bank account just isn't reflecting that effort. It's really aimed at breaking that frustrating cycle.
All right, let's pull back the curtain. When you actually decide to get the China Wealth Script, what are you getting? It's not some big, heavy book that shows up at your door. It's actually a whole collection of digital tools. At its very core, the program is all about something called subconscious reprogramming. Now, that might sound a little out there, but think of it like this. If your negative beliefs about money are like old, worn-out trails in your brain, this program wants to create brand new, super positive pathways. And it does that through daily affirmations and guided audio. The idea is to make thinking positively about your finances feel completely natural. And this is the actual toolkit you get to help you do that reprogramming. You get the main wealth affirmation script, a guided audio track to go with it, and a whole guide explaining how it all works. But it doesn't stop there. You also get a daily routine to follow, mindset training, a guide on manifestation, and even relaxation audio to help you get in the right headspace. It's a pretty complete package, designed to be used every single day. Okay, now this next part is absolutely crucial. The folks behind this program are really upfront about something. Just buying it and listening once in a while, yeah, that's not going to cut it. They actually highlight 5 specific areas, or gaps, where things can go wrong and stop you from seeing results. This is basically the fine print for making it work.
And these 5 gaps are pretty interesting. First off, inconsistent daily engagement. Makes sense, right? If you don't practice daily, those new brain pathways won't form. Number 2 is ignoring your existing mindset blocks. You can't just put a positive band-aid on a deep-seated fear. Third is not actively looking for new opportunities. And the fourth one, this is the big one, is you have to pair this mindset work with real-world action. And finally, you got to find a quiet, focused environment to really let the audio sink in.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple, really. The China Wealth Script is being sold as a tool, like a hammer. It's not a magic button you press and get rich. Its effectiveness is totally tied to how you use it. It requires you to be consistent, focused, and an active participant in your own success. Okay, so that's the theory. That's what the program says you need to do. But what are real people, actual users, saying about it? Let's get into the real-world feedback and see what the customer reviews tell us. Right off the bat, the top-line number is pretty darn impressive. Based on what the source reviews call a ton of customer feedback, the program is holding a solid 4.7 out of 5 stars overall. That's a really high score and suggests most people are pretty happy with it. And here's a great example from a user named John Mills. He says, "I started using China Wealth Script daily, and it helps me stay focused and positive about money goals. The audio is simple yet calming. So for him, it's all about focus and positivity, which is exactly what the program aims for." And check this one out from Emily Carter. She brings up 2 really key points. First, the price. For only $9, she was surprised by the quality. And second, how easily it fit into her life. The result for her? She feels more motivated. That's a huge win. And when you dig into those ratings, you see a really clear picture. Look at this, a perfect 5 out of 5 for value for beginners and a 4.9 for ease of use. This really tells the story. People see it as an incredibly accessible and user-friendly starting point, especially if you're new to this kind of mindset work. All right, no review is complete without looking at both sides, right? So let's talk pros and cons. The pros are pretty clear. It's incredibly cheap, you get it instantly, it's super beginner-friendly, and there's that 60-day guarantee. On the flip side, the cons. It's digital only, so no physical copy. Your results totally depend on your own consistency, and you can only get it from the official website. So, let's bring it all home. Let's talk about the bottom line. What it costs, the guarantee you get, and how it really stacks up against everything else that's out there. This is probably one of the biggest talking points. Right now, the whole program is just $9. According to the sources, this is a major discount from its original price, which makes it, one of the most affordable mindset programs you can find anywhere. In that $9, it's basically a risk-free investment. Why? Because it comes with a full 60-day, no questions asked, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you try it and feel like it's not for you, you can get your money back. Simple as that.
So how does this fit into the bigger picture? Well, here's where it really stands out. A lot of other programs out there can be really complex, full of technical financial training or hours of reading. The China Wealth Script, on the other hand, is all about simplicity. It's audio-based, designed for a quick daily habit, and it keeps its focus squarely on one thing: your mindset.
So, after looking at all of this, what's our final verdict? Well, the China Wealth Script definitely seems to be a legitimate and very low-risk digital product. We see it as a fantastic personal development aid, especially for anyone who's new to this kind of work. But, and this is a big but, its success isn't passive. It really does hinge on your own daily commitment. So if this sounds like something you want to try for yourself, remember the only place to get the real deal is on their official website. To make it super easy for you, we've put the direct link right in the description below this explainer.
And I want to leave you with the final question to chew on. The whole point of this program is to build a stronger mindset, right? So, my question to you is, if you did that, if you truly strengthened that foundation, what would be the very first action you would take with that new confidence? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.